Scottie Scheffler is with us now at the 107th PGA Championship. We'll jump right into some questions, starting up here with Rex.
Scottie, can you talk us through the 14th hole? Is that what you wanted to do? And if not, what did you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to hit a good hard draw 3-wood. I didn't know if it was going to be enough to get to the green. I knew just in front of the green was a good spot as well. But it came off really nice, not a lot of spin, and was able, I didn't know if it was going to be able to get there because the wind was off to the left, and, I hit a hard draw, and typically if you draw it against that wind, it's going to take off a little bit of yardage. But, I came out with a nice low spin and draw and hit it really solid and was fortunate to get up there on the green. And, from that distance, yes, I executed the shot. Did I execute it thinking that I hit it to, 2 feet or whatever it was? That's a little, there's a little bit of luck involved in that when you're at 300 yards, but overall I executed the shot exactly how I wanted to.
Over to 14, Scott.
Scottie, at one point, I don't know if you're aware, you were tied with Bryson and Rahm at the top of the board, and then you fall behind, and then this. Do you pay attention to that in a round like this while you're out there, or are you just trying to make as many birdies as you can?
Well, I was trying to post, the best score that I could shoot today, and that's what I was concerned with out there. There's a lot of leaderboards, so I think you kind of see where guys are at times, but it doesn't have an effect on how I'm going to play or approach shots.
And a follow, how big are the 2 bounce backs after the bogeys on the back 9 to get those and keep the momentum going and then just take it another level?
Yeah, they're really important. Especially after the bogey on 13 to respond the way I did on 14. It's a really hard shot. That's a hole where there's going to be a variance in scores that's pretty big depending on how you hit that shot. And I was fortunate there to hit a really good one and make a nice eagle to kind of give me some momentum going into those last few holes and took advantage of some more opportunities in the closing stretch.
Over to Mike 9.
Yeah, Scottie, so much of winning majors is about being able to not compound mistakes and then avoid the big ones. Like you look at 17's hardest hole of the day, you hit a great shot, 18 tee shot in the divot, you hit another good iron shot. How do you describe your ability to kind of stay calm in the chaos and not be overwhelmed by it?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I try to focus as much as I can on executing the shot, and there's things out there that you can't control. I can't control what other guys are doing. I can't control getting bad wind gusts. I can't control how the ball's going to react when it hits the green. All I can do is try to hit the shot that I'm trying to hit, and that's what I'm focused on out there. And some days it works better than others. Today down the stretch, it was a day where it worked well. Other days it doesn't. But at the end of the day, just proud of my fight the last 3 days, and looking forward to the challenge of tomorrow.
Mike 7, Patrick.
Hi, Scottie. Just very, very simply put, how do you do it? For those of us who can only dream of playing like you, how do you go from 3 shots back to being 3 shots clear of your nearest challenger?
I executed really well. Pretty much after hole 11, I felt like I hit a lot of really good shots. 13, I got kind of a weird wind gust. And then hit a poor bunker shot. But outside of that, I felt like I executed really well on the back 9 and hit the shots that I was trying to hit, and was able to get some results from those. Birdie in the last 2 was definitely 2 extra shots. I'd assume those holes are playing over par, and so I definitely stole a couple shots there, and it was nice momentum towards the end of the round.
But you make it look all so easy. I wonder what, at the age of just 28, what would a 3rd major title mean to you and your family?
Yeah, it means a lot. These tournaments are very important to us, and you work your whole life to have a chance to win major tournaments, and any tournament for that matter. And tomorrow I have a good opportunity to go out there and try and win the golf tournament, but it's going to take another really good round. There's a lot of great players chasing me on the leaderboard, and someone's going to put up a great round, and it's up to me to go out there and have another really good round and finish off the tournament. And looking forward to the challenge.
A few more here. Let's go 11, then 12.
Scottie, last couple days felt like maybe scraping it around a little bit with the swing when you were talking to us. Anything in particular today that you found at the swing a feel or just a comfort?
I definitely felt like I hit it a lot better today. I definitely was in the fairway a lot, so definitely drove the ball better. And not much changed, to be honest with you. I just, found kind of the right sequence today, and was seeing my shots really well, and did a good job of executing. Yesterday, kind of managed myself around the golf course to post a really good score, and today, just took advantage of some opportunities down the stretch to post a good number.
On the Green Mile, hit a bunch of really good shots. Which one would you characterize as your best in that stretch?
The iron shot actually hit into 16 might have been the most challenging. I was kind of with a back right pin, wind straight across, going down. Sometimes when you're that high up, you almost want it to be helping or hurting. It's really tough when it's just dead straight across. And I hit that iron shot really flush, and I was actually on a little bit of a side slope too. So I think that was, probably one of the best shots I hit today. Just hit it, pretty much exactly how I wanted to, and gave myself a good birdie look.
Scottie, you're not someone that's really known for a lot of on-course emotions. Can you take us inside that moment on 18 and kind of what led to your reaction after the putt went in?
Oh gosh, sorry, got closer to the mic there. I typically don't show much emotion. I don't know how much I showed there. I don't really think about what I'm doing. I just felt like I hit 2 really good shots in there to get the ball under the hole, which is not an easy spot to put it there on the green, and was able to just take advantage of the opportunity. And I think that's, wherever the emotion came from, it felt like, important part of the round to, finish off the round the right way. And, it's good.
Got time for 2 more. We'll go Mike 1 and then up to 10.
Those last 3 holes were playing like so hard. Did you feel like, I guess first of all, the one on 16 you're describing, what was the number and club you had there?
I think I had 198, and I hit a 7-iron. It was a little down the hill, so it was maybe down 6, only 192, but I hit a 7-iron.
Yeah, and because they're playing so hard, like, do you expect that if you execute, you'll give yourself birdie chances, or do those feel like bonuses?
Well, I think you have to execute really well to get a birdie look on those holes. You could hit 2 good shots and not end up with a good birdie look just based on how the wind is and just how challenging the holes are. But all I'm trying to do is focus on my execution out there, and I was able to hit some good shots.
You rank as one of the better putters in the world this season. I'm curious how much these last, 2-3 years have been kind of how much work has gone in to kind of slowly get to this point where you're so comfortable with it.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of work at all aspects of the game. I've never been a guy that's focused too hard on one singular aspect. I think there was times throughout those maybe 2023 where I was arguably working too hard on my putting and putting too much pressure on myself to be perfect out there. And I'm a pretty competitive guy, and so sometimes when I'm not succeeding at something, it makes me even more excited to kind of fix it. But golf's not really a game where you can force things. I feel like if you're playing a different sport like basketball or football, like you can force things just based on adrenaline and pushing people out of the way or doing whatever it is. But golf, sometimes I feel like it's more of letting the scores come to you, and you have to be a lot more patient, I think, in this sport than you do other ones, especially over the course of a 72-hole tournament.
Thanks for your time, Scottie.
All right, thanks.